for Southern Miss.
Well, you hear the calling of next man up or next lady up here, and that's what the Lady Eagles have to do today. They've got an injured teammate out. Look for the Lady Eagles to step up here and play well today.
Allery Mays is going to be whistled for a travel, trying to drive inside. Lady Eagles were going quickly with Deja Allman, the sophomore out of Georgia, the point guard. I was talking to Coach Patosha Jeffrey, assistant coach of the Southern Miss staff before the ball game. She felt like that point guard play was going to be so critical in this ball game.
Well, it's always critical in every ball game. That's your quarterback handling the basketball. But tonight, the Lady Eagles must take care of the basketball. And the last trip down was just really an unforced turnover.
So driving it inside and drawing the foul early is Raneem El-Jadawi. As we watch it again and landing, boy, quick whistle. Landing was a little bit in shock there.
Not much contact there. I think the contact was actually down at around the foot area and caused her to lose a little bit of balance, but didn't see much contact there.
So out is Allman, in is Liz Gibbs. Quick substitution for Southern Miss head coach Joyley McNellis, and there is El-Jadawi stepping up. Just a 62% free throw shooter, but she's a double-double player, 17.4 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per.
Tremendous basketball player, several awards, one of the leaders of this Lady Toppers basketball team.
So here comes Southern Miss down 2-0 early. And here's Gibbs now, freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. Another Georgia product, running the point early for the Lady Eagles in their pink on Cancer Awareness Day.
Pink versus red, Josh. We're going to really have to focus today to make sure we get the right names and the right numbers, because they're very close in color options here today.
Shot clock was down to 3, an air ball, but there's Leaphart to clean it up. She's the X factor.
Yes, she is, and great job there. Even if the ball hit the rim, she was in perfect position for the rebound on the offside, but the ball missed the entire rim, so she was able just to catch it and put it back very quickly.
Landing got to be careful, stay away from her second foul, the miss, and it's boarded by Leaphart, and here comes Southern Miss. They want to push in transition. Gibbs had it poked away, but Mays was there. Southern Miss now with plenty of time, but they throw it away. Mays did not hustle back to get it. Creech does. Transition 3 for Brewer, buried. That's a big shot early from Alexis Brewer.
And Brewer will get the 3, but you got to put a little asterisk there by Creech, who did the hustle play, the hustle effort to get the ball to the corner, and then not only that, but to recognize her on the cross-court pass for the 3.
Brewer's made 6 of her last 7 threes. Last game, she was 5 of 6 after having just 7 up to that point this year.
Sometimes you just get that feel for the shots, and they just start falling in, Josh.
Offensive rebound, Mays put it up no good, trying to get it back, and it was taken away by Brewer, and here comes Creech in transition. Long pass, too tall, intended for Abdelgawad. Meryl Abdelgawad, she's out of Cairo, Egypt. Raneem El-Jadawi out of Alexandria, Egypt. And that had you doing a little bit of geography homework coming into this game.
I did. It looks like they grew up close to about 2.5 hours from each other. I'd love to hear the story sometime about how they ended up at WKU and just see if they just decided to come together or what. But what a story to have the 2 Egyptian nationals on this team.
Leaphart throws it away, and Lady Toppers force another turnover. They're so good at that. El-Jadawi, reverse layup, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Abdelgawad, and so it'll be Southern Miss going back the other way. So the Lady Eagles early on just trying to calm down. 3 turnovers early in this game for Southern Miss.
Right, and Coach McNellis stressed that to her girls, that today they've really got to take care of that basketball. They don't need to give this Lady Toppers team any extra opportunities, if you will, to score.
Jalise Smallwood now in. She is a junior transfer out of Butler Community College, native of Tulsa, Oklahoma, into the ball game. And she'll work it against Dee Givens, all-conference performer. Smallwood over to Mays. Little runner crawls off the rim, and El-Jadawi goes and gets it.
Excellent job by Mays there to get the shot, and the pressure defense by the Lady Toppers is tough. You're not going to have many wide open shots today at all, And she did a really good job against tough pressure defense. As you see, the Lady Eagles also applying some tough pressure defense there.
That block by Amber Landing ties her for third all-time with Liz Byland at Southern Miss, former Lady Eagle star. And so Landing probably going to settle in at third on that list. There's a nice hustle play, and the Lady Eagles running in transition. Smallwood. Defensive transition that time for the Lady Toppers.
That's the kind of effort you want on your highlight reel at the end of the season. Diving out of bounds, going for a steal, and then throwing it back to one of your teammates for the opportunity for the basket on the other end. Rebounded there by the Lady Toppers.
Southern Miss without a point now for almost 3 minutes. Both teams struggling to score early. And a whistle and a foul is called. And that's going to be on Landing. And that's going to be number 2 on Landing. Well, correction, they're actually calling that her first. Trying to go back and see who they put the other one on. Obviously, they must have put that on.
I believe the
Allman.
first one was on Allman, and that's why she came out early, the early substitute with the quick first foul.
Contact, no whistle. Back down low. Turn, scoop, and score by El Jadawi.
Great move there on the block, just receiving her ball. The Lady Eagles have decided to play behind her and make her make some moves, and she caught the ball in there and gave a little drop step for the basket.
Smallwood driving inside, going to pin the foul on El Jadawi and go to the line for 2.
Here you see the drive there, just all the way to the basket and foul on the arm. She'll have two opportunities here to cut into this Lady Toppers lead.
Lady Eagles just 1 for 6 from the floor to start this basketball game, 17%. And the free throw goes for Smallwood, 64% free throw shooter.
5 of the 7 Lady Toppers points so far have come off of turnovers, Josh, and this was something that Coach McNellis really emphasized. They have to protect that basketball. As you mentioned earlier, Lady Eagles already with 3 turnovers.
So Smallwood, who did not play against Marshall, knocks in the pair of free throws, but her minutes have gone up. She averaged 17 minutes against Old Dominion and Charlotte. Lady Eagles can defend it as good as any team in the league in the half court. Creech now with the shot clock down to 7. 3 out of the corner wouldn't fall, and Jones has it for Southern Miss and a quick outlet. Smallwood running. And again, the Lady Toppers get back defensively.
Smallwood has a lot of responsibility today, Josh. It looks like she's going to be the one that's handling most of the dribble against the pressure defense from the Lady Toppers. As she replaces their all-around player who just is going to be really missed today, Hales, who's out with that injury.
3 off the mark. Ken Leapart has it, and here comes Smallwood. The outlet, behind Kennedy, great catch. There's the trap, and Smallwood taps it over to Leapart.
Excellent catch there, just to keep that ball in bounds. As you see the Lady Toppers again in their man-to-man half-court defense, trying to make it tough for the Lady Eagles to score.
Good catch by Jones, muscling her way in, but an offensive foul is going to be called on Jones. So Jones with 1, Landing with 1 as we head to timeout. 4:10 to go, opening quarter. Western Kentucky and Southern Miss locked up in a low-scoring game. Both teams have struggled to shoot it here, Larry, early.
Yeah, both teams are struggling. Combined 3 for 14 between the 2 teams, but don't look for that to stay that way. Both of these teams just shoot really too well for that stat to continue that way.
But a 3-point game early. And in these 9 matchups, 4 of the 9 have been decided by 3 points or less. The average margin of victory has been under 10. And the whistle you just saw was at 3 seconds in the lane against the Lady Toppers. And so Southern Miss is going to be getting the basketball right back.
And sometimes, Josh, as we mentioned earlier, there are certain teams that just match up well with other teams, whether it be basketball, football, whatever. You just have some teams, and Coach McNellis was very confident today going into this basketball game that her Lady Eagles really match up well against this Lady Toppers basketball team.
Leapart trapped in the post and a jump ball in the arrow with WKU.
Here you see it again, the double team and jump ball call.
So with 3:20 to go here in this opening quarter, here comes Creech with the basketball working off the ball screen. Looking back door, thrown away. El Jadawi was looking for Fatou Pui, the senior out of Senegal, transfer from South Georgia Tech, who was trying to cut back door. So here is Smallwood now for Southern Miss. Turnovers now. You've got 4 for Western Kentucky, 6 for Southern Miss. Landing back in, playing with a foul. Mays trapped inside. Reverse layup. Would not go. All those little shots around the rim right now not falling for Southern Miss.
Great catch there to catch that tough pass inside. You see a three-pointer there by the Lady Toppers. Givens was the 3.
She can do that all afternoon and evening long. Mays again wanting to go to the rim. Throws it over everything, but Landing taps it out to Kennedy.
Lady Eagles are getting good shots inside 10 feet. They're just not able to convert on them yet.
Smallwood being smothered up by the longer Givens. 8 on the shot clock now for the Lady Eagles. Kennedy can't get loose. Lob to Landing. 2. Down to 1 and a shot clock violation against Southern Miss. Great defensive set for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that was good defense. The Lady Eagles did a good job of moving the ball around, but an even better job by the Lady Toppers there on defense to just continue to pressure and causing the shot clock violation.
So 8 minutes gone by in this opening quarter. Southern Miss with only 4 points. Givens almost fumbled it out of bounds on the baseline. El Jadawi scooping and missing this time, and Leapart wants to push, throws it behind Smallwood on the outlet. Another turnover, and that's going to be number 8 for Southern Miss.
The Lady Toppers, Josh, have they forced their opponents into 10 or more turnovers every ball game, and they've already forced the Lady Eagles to 8 today, so they're almost on their average already here in the first quarter.
Lady Eagles just trying to find consistent point guard play with all-conference performer Hales out. A 3 again up. This time no good by Brewer. Day Allman to the rim. The left-hand scoop with the offhand.
There we go.
And that's what Southern Miss is looking for.
That's exactly what they need to make a basket from short range. As you see the Hilltoppers, the Lady Toppers there with a quick shot back on the other end. Looks like it will remain Lady Toppers basketball. And that's the first field goal for the Lady Eagles since the 9-minute mark or thereabout.
Yeah, Lady Eagles have made just one of their last 7 shots. Just over a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Both teams defensively really getting it done. Givens going to fire up another triple and pour it in again.
What a job by Givens just to just be posting up out there. And she has a quick shot, Josh. She catches the ball. She doesn't have to put it on the ground. She doesn't have to get her feet set. She's ready to shoot that basketball as soon as she catches it. Quick release. You can tell she's played a lot of basketball for the Lady Toppers.
Good deflection if you're a Southern Miss fan, but Leapart still can't get it to go. El Jadawi on the floor for a tie-up. And so it should be possession arrow Southern Miss. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll watch this again. Bodies everywhere. Instead, they're going to call a foul on Amber Landing, her second personal. So now you've got Landing for 2 for Southern Miss. Kelsey Jones with 1.
The Lady Eagles can ill afford to have a lot of foul trouble today. Short already with players out due to injury. They don't need to have players in foul trouble as well. And they just got to do a better job of protecting the ball. They're down 7 here as we come down to the end of the first quarter here with 16 on the shot and 17 on the shot clock. We'll see what the Lady Toppers do here as this quarter comes to a close.
Creech looking for somewhere to go with it. Givens now. Step back. Strong. Allman's got it. Checking the clock. On the run. Lets it fly. No good as quarter number 1 comes to a close. So at the end of one quarter, Southern Miss's scoring struggles.
These teams always play each other tough, whether it's here or whether it's at the Lady Toppers' place. Just, again, it's a great matchup. You know, if you look at the Lady Toppers, they only scored 13 points in the first quarter, which is low for them. But they held the Lady Eagles to 6 points. So I'm sure that Coach Collins was focusing on the positive of only giving up 6 points, their defensive effort. And, Josh, a lot of times early in the game, you're fresh, your legs are under you. Some of the best defense is always played in the first quarter, first part of the first half, and the first part of the third quarter, because you're fresh and you're coming off, you're ready to go. And we'll see if this defensive pressure by both teams continues.
Well, it's a Southern Miss team that can be a streaky team. They can get hot, but they've been on ice lately. Struggling to shoot the basketball, struggling to score it. Lady Eagles have lost 6 in a row, and wide open underneath. That time for the lay-in was Abdelgawad.
Yep.
So Merrill gets her first bucket, and that lead is up to 9 now.
Defensive breakdown there by the Golden Eagles, by Lady Eagles there for the wide open layup.
Ice cold shooting continues, and just like that, Lady Toppers back the other way. Lady Toppers looking for their 6th consecutive win. Givens another 3, pours it in, her 3rd triple. Timeout, Southern Miss. Coach McNeil, their preseason All-CUSA selection. She's dynamite, the 3 threes again. Good gracious, Leah, she's putting on a show.
Yeah, already with 9 points early in this ball game, and here in the second quarter. You know, she's not afraid to go high either. She had 41 points earlier this year in a ball.
Quick touch into Jones, who knocked in a big one for Southern Miss. And so that really finally kind of halts that 11-2 run that the Lady Toppers were on.
Big basket just to try to stop the momentum here. A little half-court pressure you see them by the Lady Eagles trying to create a turnover, and it looks like they're going to get it.
Destiny Smith sitting on the floor trying to get it ahead to Mays, and WKU takes it right back, and Givens has got it now.
And the effort was there. I mean, both teams just on the floor, diving for the loose ball, trying to make a play for both ends, so you can't really falter for the turnover there, but that's the Lady Eagles' 10th turnover of the game.
Here is Creech now, guarded by Smith. Shot clock down to 6. Extra pass, and Southern Miss is going to get a shot clock violation defensively. Looked like that time the Lady Toppers just completely lost track of the shot clock.
I think they didn't recognize it until it was too late, and then no one could get a shot up in time. Let's see if the Lady Eagles can take advantage of the defensive effort they just showed on the other end.
That was Maria Haywood with the basketball in her hand as the shot clock was winding down. Here's Destiny Smith, the sophomore for the Lady Eagles. Mays going to fire up a 3 and put it in. Allery Mays puts in the 3.
And just like that, the Lady Eagles score 5 quick points here after the timeout by Coach McNellis to kind of stop the momentum and the train, if you will, that was the Lady Toppers. So cut the lead to 7 now with just over 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Creech keeps that dribble alive. Lob inside. El Jadawi in trouble, and it's slapped away with only 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
El Jadawi was triple team when she got the ball in the block, and it looked like the ball actually went off of her, but I believe she was already out of bounds when it touched her.
The lob. Givens went high for the alley-oop play. El Jadawi gets it back with a fresh 30. Extra pass. Creech for a 3. Air ball. Rebound and put in, that time by Abdelgawad. Incredible.
And that just goes, that comes from playing and knowing your teammates. She knew as soon as the ball was caught on the wing that ball was going up for a shot. She immediately went and tried to get inside position and was able to get the offensive board and the putback.
Flying in, getting an offensive rebound for Southern Miss is Destiny Smith, the sophomore out of Macomb, and she draws the foul. Nearly had a chance for an and one. The foul goes on El Jadawi.
Same thing on this end. Just reading, knowing the shot's about to go up. Been taught to go crash the boards and get those offensive rebounds and offensive putbacks. Now that she has a chance for 2 free throws.
El Jadawi just picked up her second with 6:28 to go first half. This is Southern Miss fans had to be thinking now, can they make a push with the leading scorer for the Lady Toppers on the bench? Free throw up, and talk about a shooter's roll there, Larry.
You know, the rims are a little softer nowadays than they used to be, Josh. That ball bounced, I think, 3 or 4 times, but it went in.
No such love for you?
They were a little firmer back in the day.
As the second free throw goes as well. For some reason, that first one is so much harder than the second one. Smith came in as 71% free throw shooter, averaging almost a couple of points and right at 2 rebounds a ball game for Coach McNellis' squad.
Lady Eagles picking up a little bit beyond half court. Again, trying to create some turnovers to cut into this Lady Toppers lead.
Yeah, that 1-2-2 3-quarter court. Creech. Coach Collins felt like she needed to be a double-digit scorer for this team this year for them to achieve their goal. She has been that. Givens driving, big swat by Jones. You can hear Coach McNellis screaming from across the floor. Givens going to get to the foul line, and Jones just picked up her second.
There you see it again. And in real time, it didn't look like a foul. It looked more like a foul in replay because as she made contact with the ball, she came on down. I believe she'd have stopped as soon as she made contact with the ball. May not have gotten the foul call.
Givens pours it in. She is a 78% free throw shooter.
See how she comes on down and just a little bit of extra length there on the block. But good defensive effort there by the Lady Eagles.
11 now for Givens.
Givens is one of the smoothest players I've seen play this year. She's very confident in her all-around game, and she doesn't just play on the offensive end. I've watched her on the defensive end, and she's really a hard-nosed defensive player as well.
Amani Carter, sophomore out of Enterprise, Alabama, into the ballgame now for Southern Miss. Lady Eagles trying to solve the pressure for Western Kentucky, and they finally do.
Surprised we haven't seen a little bit of this sooner, Josh, with Hales out, the number one ball handler for the Lady Eagles out. I would have thought they might have come with a little pressure a little bit earlier, but you see it here now. They're picking up the foul. But Lady Toppers decided to come with 3-quarter court pressure there to see how the Lady Eagles would handle it.
Sandra Skinner, who had checked into the ball game, picks up the foul. She was making life miserable at Leapart, came over on the help, and then ended up landing on top of Mays. Just the second foul on the Lady Toppers in this quarter. Southern Miss has only the one. Dangerous pass, another steal for Givens, who had 47 coming into the day. Goes coast to coast for the lay-in. She's got 13 to lead the way in scoring for both teams.
What a luxury to be able to dribble the basketball, the length of the floor, the big three there by the Lady Eagles. But Givens gets the steal on one end, dribbles the length of the basket, uses her body to shield the defender, and gets an easy basket for the Toppers as they come right back with another basket.
Yeah, so the 3 by Kennedy, her 17th. Creech comes back and answers with her first bucket of the day. And the scoring starting to pick up now.
Like I said earlier, the defensive effort, you just cannot have that much intensity on defense for 40 minutes. And it may not feel like it, but the defense will slack off a little bit as you see the big 3 there by the Lady Toppers.
Allman trying to slip it in. It got past Mays, but Kennedy was there to save the day for Southern Miss. Allman shouting out the play. Western making life miserable on Southern Miss in their half-court offense. Shot clock again down to 7. Allman gonna have to go one-on-one. No, gives it up. and Southern Miss not going to get off a shot clock violation. Allman was not quite aware. When she put it on the floor, Larry, you thought she was going to take it off the bounce. Yeah. Instead, when she made that extra pass, that was one too many.
One too many passes there to get off a decent shot. Even if she had gotten off the shot, it was going to be a Hail Mary from 30, 35 feet. Odds are not very good that that's going to go in. Lady Toppers with excellent defense.
So Creech has been cool, calm, and collected all afternoon so far. Pulls up quickly. This one woefully short. And Southern Miss going to let it go out of bounds on the baseline. Good hustle nonetheless by Sandra Skinner. And so Southern Miss will get it right back.
Lady Eagles fortunate there. A lot of times when you don't grab that basketball, when you have an opportunity, the defender, the other team will come up and throw it off of you. Very fortunate to remain that ball. Most coaches will tell you, if you can get your hands on it, grab it. Don't wait. If you see a three-point attempt, again, the second one in a row by Allie Kennedy.
A little bit of a heat check there for Kennedy. She's got 6, and that's her 18th of the year. And it's back to a 7-point game, right where the Lady Eagles were trailing at the end of the first quarter.
And it looks like Kennedy may be the one who gives the Lady Eagles the spark today, because those are 2 big threes that she's hit here in the second quarter.
Skip, shot fake, pull-up jumper, dagger, Creech. Those are just tough shots that, when you look back at the course of a game, those are momentum breakers.
Well, it was a cross-court pass, and you run out to that player. You're taught to run out and break down, not just to keep going. She gave the ball fake, and as you see, trying to make another 3 there. The ball fake made the defender go past. She dribbled twice for the easier shot for the 2. As you see, another beautiful pass in there. And Abdel Gawad.
Yeah, Abdel Gawad has got 6 now. And we've seen that, Larry, is that post players, either the centers or the forwards, doing a good job, and Southern Miss having a tough time in their transition defense, keeping up with whatever the post presence is. Right. And they've given up some layups in transition this year.
Yeah, they both of these teams, their bigs get up and down the floor fairly well for their size. They really cause defensive challenges, if you will, to protect and get back down on defense and get ready to play, because they can all move fairly well.
Here's the skip, set up play to Kennedy, trying to get loose, couldn't. Abdel Gawad jumping out at her. Kennedy wanted a call, didn't get it. Carter fires it up, no good.
These officials do a really good job.
Kennedy picks up her first personal foul. Under 3 minutes to go here, first half. Western Kentucky up by 11. And they have been in control throughout. Givens has got 13 here in this first half already. Creech back to Brewer. Spinning, puts it up and draws the foul.
Coach Collins has got to be happy with that offensive effort there, because shot clock was running down. They were able to get the ball into the post and didn't get the basket, but actually got the foul call. And now they'll have 2 shots from the free throw line to try to add to this lead.
Brewer's one of those players, the redshirt senior, really stepping up. Lettered last year for Coach Collins' program as she makes the free throw. She's a 75% free throw shooter, but with Sherry Porter out after sustaining an MCL injury versus FIU and missing the games this week, she had appeared in only 13 games this year coming into this week, and now she's really stepping up and really playing big. Huge game at La Tech, and now setting herself up for another big game today, already with 5 points.
Yeah, outstanding effort today by her, and as well as her other teammates, getting a good all-around effort. This is just a very, very solid Lady Toppers basketball team, and the Lady Eagles are really giving a great effort here, trying to stay in this ball game.
Western Kentucky knows where Kennedy is now. A deflection, a trap, nearly another turnover, and it is another turnover. 13 now for Southern Miss in this first half.
Can't afford this many turnovers to stay in a ball game with a talented club like the Lady Toppers.
Creech drives. The southpaw is a little off balance. Kind of got to the wrong side of the rim, and it's blocked away inside by the Lady Eagles. And it's been a frustrating first half. You can kind of see it on the face of Leapart there.
Good offensive rebound there by L.J. Davey, and a great block there by the Lady Eagles, Leapart.
Shot clock at 13. Pui lobs it down low, gets it back right at the rim. Did a great job to use the backboard. You hardly ever see that anymore.
Yeah, and a beautiful pass there, beautiful feed from her teammate to give her that wide open basket there right down the middle of the lane. And that is one of the hardest shots, even though it's a short shot, Josh, it's one of the hardest shots to make. As you see a collision there on the end of the basket, looks like Dee Givens is going to be called for the offensive foul there.
Givens picks up the foul, her first on the charge. Amani Carter stepping in and taking the pain on the defensive end.
Greg Collins very, very comfortable taking in a lead at halftime, Josh. He's 12-1 this year leading when he leads at the half, and in his 2-year career, he's 27-3 when leading at half.
Mays, baseline jumper short. Her shooting woes continue, just 1 of 8, but Kennedy gets it back for the Lady Eagles. Kennedy wants it back. She'll fire up another 3, hit another one.
Kennedy was pleading for the basketball on the wing there. Even clapped her hands 2 or 3 times, saying, hey, I'm open, here. She got it to her. She barely got it off. Nothing but bottom there. She's kind of feeling it tonight.
So Givens and Kennedy kind of neutralizing one another right now. Creech driving, kicking, long 2, poured in by Pui. And so the seniors got 4 quick ones.
And about the time you think the Lady Eagles are going to change this momentum and make a couple of big baskets, this Lady Topper team just comes back down and makes a big basket on the other end.
Shot clock turned off. Down to 14 ticks left. Mays looking for Kennedy again. Feed the hot hand. Inside Leapart got a layup. One has a chance for the 3-point play.
Beautiful pass by Kennedy there. You know, I know Kennedy was looking for her shot right there because she's feeling it. Watch this. She sees the floor. Beautiful pass, beautiful feed. Never has to put it on the floor. And one. Now a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way with 6.3 seconds to go in the first half.
So Brewer is back in now for Western Kentucky with 6.3 seconds left. Leapart, 69% free throw shooter. She misses. Loose ball. Carter trying to get it. Saves it into Leapart. 3 seconds. 2-1. Buzzer beater. No good for Kennedy, but a big first half for Allie Kennedy, but even a bigger first half for Dee Givens and the Lady Toppers of Western Kentucky. They take a 12-point lead into the locker room. Career steals. She'll pass Gooch with her next steal, and she just needs 2 more points to tie Kim Pelkey for 15th on the all-time scoring list. So we told you it was going to be a day where Givens, we were going to watch her climb up the charts in the Western Kentucky record books. It's exactly what she is doing. Came in averaging 16.3. And you saw the graphic, 13 in the first half. Step back 3 off the mark and landing. Had it, lost it, got it back, and finally gets it out of there.
And that was a set play to get El Jadaway the basketball on the box. They had a box-to-box screen. She caught the ball, realized she was double-teamed, and kicked the ball out for the shot on the wing. She's a very heady ball player. She doesn't force it. She doesn't make it happen, but she takes what you give her. You play to one side, she'll drop step to the other side. She's a very, very good basketball player.
14 turnovers now for Southern Miss. El Jadaway, good passer out of the post. Again with that reverse layup, missed it again. And Landing's got it. And Allman and the Lady Eagles trying to find a running lane. And again, the Lady Toppers get back so quickly. A triple team, and somehow Leapart got it out of there.
Beautiful pass down to the block, but good opportunity, smart play there to get the ball back out of the triple team. 9 on the shot clock.
Definitely need to find some kind of offense to start this second half. Fade away, rims out, and it's going to be off of the Lady Toppers. That time off of El Jadaway.
Second chance opportunity here for the Lady Eagles. As you see the ball just barely going off her hand there, as both players had their hands on it. But El Jadaway with the one to touch it last. Beautiful inbounds pass there. Point blank 6-7 footer just missed there by the Lady Eagles.
There have been a bunch of those today that Southern Miss has not been able to convert on.
If you had a shot chart and see where these Lady Eagles are getting their shots, you would wonder how they're down by 12. But the fact is, they just missed their shots. As you see, another missed shot. That's two in a row missed shots there on the reverse layup by El Jadaway.
Alexis Brewer going to be whistled for the blocking foul as Deja Allman, the sophomore out of Georgia, was trying to take off up the floor.
There you see the contact there. Glad no one was injured there on that play. That's some pretty good contact there by both players, but they both seem to be fine, Josh.
It always seems to be that way as Leapart drives inside, scoops it in. That the player that picks up the foul is the one that takes the brunt of the hit.
Well, Abdel Gawa went for the steal there and missed it, leaving the wide open layup for Leapart.
Givens step back three just off the mark. Mays goes and gets it. Outlet. Allman behind Creech. Double pumps it in. And all of a sudden, Southern Miss has cut it to single digits in a good timeout by Coach Collins.
This is exactly what Coach Collins didn't want, is girls to come out and not give the effort that they gave in the first half.
36-28. It's the Lady Toppers up by 8. Early moments of the third.
25 years. Conference USA student athletes have done things.
So 36-28, Lady Toppers up over Southern Miss by 8. Larry, you were giving me a hard time. However relaxed I might have thought that locker room was at the half, it is not that way now.
I can assure you that huddle over there was everything but relaxed. And I'm sure he was very happy, like I said, with the way his Lady Toppers played the first half. Coming out here not quite with the same effort. And that's why you rarely see a coach relaxed at halftime. He'll find something to complain about and get on about, to get them motivated and to keep them going for the second half. As you see a little token three-quarter pressure there by the Lady Eagles.
So this becomes now a big possession in this ball game. Givens working out on the perimeter.
Little matchup zone here by the Lady Eagles, causing a turnover.
Leapart one-on-one against Brewer to the rim for the finish, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a 6-point game.
Beautiful steal and dribble the length of the floor and the nice layup, avoiding contact. As you see another turnover caused by the Lady Eagles, trying to convert again, and they do.
The steal by Allman, the finish by Leapart. 8-0 run to start the second half for Southern Miss.
Three-quarter court pressure again, just trying to show a little pressure, trying to create some turnovers. The Lady Eagles have been very successful so far here in this third quarter, creating some turnovers and some easy opportunities on the other end.
Creech driving, scooping, and scoring. Big bucket. Creech had that big pull-up early as Southern Miss turns it over.
And a heads-up play there by Abdel Gawad on the defensive effort. Watching the ball come in, just turned around and stole the inbounds pass there for another opportunity for the beautiful move there by LJ Dawi. As you see another opportunity for a turnover there. It's going to be Lady Eagles basketball.
LJ Dawi, her spin moves are absolutely lethal underneath, and she just does it so well. And when she is really finishing at a high level, she is something else.
There you see the beautiful pass inside there and the easy basket for Leapart. You know, several times it seems like the Lady Eagles get momentum going, and then this season, the seasoned veteran basketball team, Lady Toppers, they don't panic, and they just come up with two big baskets there on that last trip.
Southern Miss now trying to score with the Lady Toppers. Jones feeds Mays, who got inside, put it in, and drew the foul. She'll have a chance for the three-point play.
Beautiful pass there by Kelsey Jones, as you see here. That she's got position, sees an open lady there, and just makes a beautiful pass, goes up strong, and not only gets fouled, but makes the basket. A lot of times you see players expecting to get fouled. They get fouled, they don't finish the play. Excellent job there finishing that basket.
Mays can't convert. Skinner picked up the foul. There's another foul on Western Kentucky, this time on Brewer. So with almost 4 minutes gone by third quarter, the foul situation, Lady Toppers have only one more foul to give in this third quarter before Southern Miss is shooting 2 free throws the rest of the quarter. That's something else to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Lady Eagles really executing on the offensive end, and a lot of it has started on the defensive end with the steals. And then when they do have the half-court sets, they've been able to get shots like they did in the first half. The difference is they're actually converting on these shots as they getting them at point-blank range here in the third quarter.
Out of bounds off of the Lady Toppers, off of Brewer. That's one where if you're Kennedy, go ahead and let it bounce into the backcourt. Go secure it. She was feeling that she was going to go backcourt.
It's one of those no wins because if you let it go, then it gives the defensive opportunity to steal it. She thought maybe she could get her hands on it and pull it back. Very fortunate to maintain possession here.
Kennedy was thinking for Southern Miss it was going to be a backcourt violation. That would have not been the case off that inbounds play.
Little high-low action there from Jones. Just a little bit too hard of a pass as Leapart was trying to catch it with one hand as well as trying to fend off the defender with her body.
She had gotten good position. Western Kentucky very fortunate there. And Southern Miss cranking back up the defensive pressure. Lady Toppers trying to weather the storm on the road. Creech going to work. Got around Jones. Missed it. Jones boards it.
Jones did a good job there just holding her ground there as the basketball was coming to her. Did not fouling and just getting a strong rebound there.
Givens making Allman work. Kennedy looking for her fourth three of the day, short. In the rebound, Skinner. Outlet. 2-on-2 to the rim. Offensive foul called on Abdelgawan. And taking a shot that time was Allman.
I want to see this on replay if we have it. Good job. Just as you see there, she's got the basketball, but just holding her position there. That's always a tough call at full speed. The officials don't have the ability to go look at the replay. A good job there, just holding her ground and creating the offensive foul here. As you see coming down there, and just there's a contact there, and a little bit of lowering her shoulder. An offensive foul there. Good job by the Lady Eagles.
Jamie Nauman, head trainer for Southern Miss, not coming out to check on Allman. He's trying to stop his streak. He has been out on the floor to check on a Lady Eagle in 8 straight games. Coach McNellis might have said, "You're staying on the bench today, sir."
Yeah, I think she said, unless we see, that's a double dribble there being called. She forgot she'd already dribbled. That's not a streak that you want to have if you're the athletic trainer for either team to have a streak of ball games where you've been on the court.
4:57.
That effort as we finish the last 4 minutes and 57 seconds here going into the third quarter.
Brewer and Creech and Givens on the floor along with El Jadewi. Also, you've got Maria Haywood on the floor. And for Southern Miss, you've got Leapart, Kennedy, Mays, Smallwood, and Jones. Lob to the block. Inside out kick for a Givens three. It took a couple of peeks, wouldn't fall, but Givens somehow came up with it. Poked away by Leapart. A steal by Kennedy. 4-on-2. Bounce to Leapart for the lay-in.
Brewers having a very, very nice ball. I'm sorry. The Golden Eagles are having a very nice ball game there, leading the team with her points and her assists there. Just an excellent, excellent ball game by Kennedy, is what I was trying to say. Kennedy with a great ball game.
Leapart now 12 points for Southern Miss. Givens a game high 13. El Jadewi, the spin move, the finish. There she goes again.
You could get dizzy watching her play because she does so many spin moves that it's hard to guard. Beautiful passing, unselfish play there by the Lady Toppers, as you see, and almost another steal. Had cut the lead down and got a big basket, came back down the floor, gave up 4 points there on that trip.
Smallwood circling around to Kennedy. Givens, that bucket now 15 on the day. She is now tied for 15th in scoring with Kim Pelkey. Good look from Leapart. Jones gets the lay-in. Southern Miss trims it back to 6. El Jadewi spinning again.
You know, what she's really good at, Josh, is when she spins. If you clamp down and double team her, she finds the open man on the wing for a three. Beautiful shot there by Creech.
Creech has got yet another bucket. 8 points in the ball game for her. Lead back to 8. Mays. Lob to Jones. The catch, and she muscles it in.
Beautiful pass there. That wasn't an easy inside pass there. I believe that was Mays on the pass. Just a great touch pass there to get that ball inside for the easy basket.
Back and forth, these two teams go up and down the floor. Down to just 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Creech wanting to take over, drives inside, the left hand finish, and a chance for a three-point play.
Big basket there, just had the ball in the wing, uses left hand, drives to the basket, gets past Jones, uses her body to defend the basketball, and again, not just happy with the foul, finishing the play. Coaches stress so many times, don't just be happy with a foul and 2 free throws. Go up strong, make the shot, you know you're going to get fouled, and then you have an opportunity like this for a three-point play.
Free throw is good by Creech as well. The 78% free throw shooter, so 11 for Creech. Lady Eagles now find themselves down by 9. It cut it to 4 on multiple occasions here in this third quarter. Bad pass, Creech got a steal. The outlet to Givens on the other end for the lay-in, and there she is. Now 15th all-time by herself in scoring at Western Kentucky, passing Kim Pelkey.
Lady Toppers really have increased the defensive pressure after that last timeout there. For the last 3 minutes, really came out of that timeout with increased pressure on the defensive end. A lot of times you want them to shoot better, you want them to score more, but it all starts on the defensive effort. Those turnovers created by the Lady Toppers created easy opportunities for them on the offensive end.
Southern Miss has made their last 3 shots, but Western Kentucky has made their last 5. Western Kentucky has done a better job of taking care of the basketball. It's been a mixture of buckets and turnovers for Southern Miss. Right now, the Lady Toppers playing the cleaner game as they're looking for their 6th consecutive win.
And the Lady Eagles got back into this game by creating turnovers themselves, getting some easy opportunities on their end. And then after the timeout, they came out, the Lady Toppers came out, gave them a little bit of their own medicine. So, hey, we're going to turn up the intensity as well, and created some turnovers and some easy opportunities.
51-40. Big stretch of basketball for both teams. Lady Toppers trying to seize back complete control of the game. Southern Miss trying to keep it close going to the 4th. Drive, Mays, a scooping miss, wildly missed. Creech comes out of there with it.
It's a big 2 minutes, Josh, in this ball game. Just 2 minutes left in the third, but it's a big 2 minutes for both clubs, as you said. Maybe one cutting the lead, maybe the other building the lead.
Allman trying to bounce it across the lane to Kennedy, and Givens was able to recover to slap it away.
Good effort right here by Givens, hustling back. Didn't get the ball, but did not allow them, the Lady Eagles, to have a basket. That's just good hustle by the senior.
Destiny Smith in, Allery Mays out. Allery Mays has been ice cold. Just 2 for 10 in this ball game for the floor. Leapart, shot fake, move to the rim for the lay-in. The Stars are coming out to play this afternoon.
And this is her 9th straight game for the Lady Eagles in double-digit points, so nothing surprising there. She's just a ball player. She's giving it all she has for the Lady Eagles, as you see them picking up the man-to-man defense here in the half court.
17 for Givens for the Lady Toppers, 14 for Leapart for Southern Miss. Creech circles the bounce. El Jadewi got fouled, and if you don't foul her there, if you're Southern Miss, give her an easy 2.
Well, she was actually triple teamed there. She should not have been able to get that shot up, but she was able to move her body away from 2 of the defenders and able to get, as you see here, watch the 3 Lady Eagles around her. She sees a little opening there and draws the foul.
Foul goes on Landing, her 3rd. Just over a minute to go, third quarter. Free throw around the rim and in.
Josh, that's the first player for either team with 3 or more fouls. So neither team right now in foul trouble as we go to the last minute of the third quarter.
Jadewi 9 points, 8 rebounds, closing in on her 5th straight double-double as Creech the steal, nearly an and-one finish. She'll go back to the line. And it seems like for Western Kentucky, when they need something, it's either Creech or Givens giving it to them.
Well, and I think that just shows you how much basketball they play, because these girls have played so long. They don't panic when you close the gap between to 4 or 6. They just increase their effort, increase the intensity on the defensive end. All of this scoring has been because of all the defensive effort and the steals and the turnovers that have been created.
She leads the team in assists at 4.5 per game out of Jenkins, Kentucky, Jenkins High School. 12 points, perfect from the free throw line. Game high 7 assists. And she's tied for a game high in minutes with 29 with Leapart for Southern Miss. Couple of free throws, that lead all of a sudden is ballooned back to 12 for the Lady Toppers.
And they're extending their pressure again, just trying to continue to create some more opportunities here. As you see, a beautiful pass there for the easy basket for Leapart.
So Leapart, 16 now for her. The lead back to 10, down to just 32 ticks to go, third quarter.
Been a quarter of runs. Lady Eagles went on a run, and then Lady Toppers came back and went on a little run. We're actually 10-point ball game now. It's 20 seconds to go. 12-point ball game now.
Boy, tough off-balance shot went for Haywood. The clock continues to tick. Deflection by Givens. The steal by Haywood. The lay-in by Givens. What a big play by the Lady Toppers.
Givens got her hand on the ball and was rewarded with a beautiful pass for the layup on the other end. You see a turnover there by the Lady Eagles.
Coach McNeil begging her team right now to lock in, because if they were somehow to give up a buzzer beater, they would carry their largest deficit of the game to the fourth.
Yeah. They're going to go back and look at this film, and they're just going to be short moments during this ball game that has really cost them to be down.
You just saw her. She has tied a career high with 7 assists today. She's also got a career high 6 steals, and oh, by the way, 13 points. She's having an all-around amazing day for the Lady Toppers. And here is Leapart in all kinds of trouble, and just got it off the leg of Skinner.
Very fortunate there not to turn the ball over, because she kind of lost her balance there. As you see here, she kind of gets tripped up. She gets trapped right here. She did a very good job of not traveling, and the ball went out. The Lady Eagles have another opportunity here to score. Another trap by the Lady Toppers, and that time they did get a foul.
Abdelgawad was a little too aggressive, got Jones on the arm.
That's her third.
Just underway, fourth quarter.
Now they've fallen back in a little matchup zone defense, it looks like.
Jones fumbles the catch and then throws it away. Turnover number 22. Boy, Givens and Creech thought about a three, but
that's seniors. That's people that have played basketball a long time and know, hey, I have a wide open three here, but look, we've got a 14-point lead. Let's take this back out and try to run some clock. As you see, a beautiful steal by the Lady Eagles and a layup there on the other end.
Nice job by Destiny Smith. Haywood just going to protect that basketball. Creech pulls up short, but there's a nice offensive rebound by Abdelgawad.
Got to give this Lady Toppers defense some credit. This is the 9th time this year they have forced 20 or more turnovers in a basketball game. That's incredible.
The runner by Givens leaning to her left puts it in.
It's not this easy, Josh. She just makes it look so easy. Just a running floater, ho-hum, here's 2 points, and then next time down you see her post up or get out there for a three-pointer and just drill it. She just makes the game look so easy.
21 for Givens now. I told you 4 times this year with 24 or more. Had just 13 points last year at the EA Diddle Arena against Southern Miss. That's when Southern Miss went on the road and upset the Lady Toppers up in Bowling Green.
This might have been the quietest 21 points I've ever seen anybody score, because she's just takes what they give her, and you give her the three, she'll take it. You give her the wide open layup, she'll take it. She's just a very, very smart ball player. Just makes it look very, very easy.
8 of 13 from the floor.
Yeah.
3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Perfect. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Kennedy a 3 up, no good, but got her own rebound and weaves through traffic to keep the possession alive. Mays puts one in finally, is what Southern Miss fans say, as she is now 3 of 11 on the day.
A big basket there. Good hustle by Kennedy to get her a missed shot and then find a wide open basket there for the Lady Eagles.
Lady Toppers still comfortably in control by 12. Baseline jumper, just buckets. Haywood 2 more.
You just cannot leave any of these Lady Toppers alone because they can all score, they can all shoot. If you help out, you leave your defender player and try to help out, they'll find them open and get it to them and convert a lot of the time. Beautiful
Mays,
pass.
baseline, got a layup. Kennedy with another nice assist. Going back to those shooting numbers for the Lady Toppers, 50% on the day now from the floor, 24-48, 58% this half.
Yeah. We knew early on the shooting would not stay low percentages like it did. Both teams have actually shot better. It's just the turnovers that have hurt both teams, but the Lady Eagles with more of them than the Lady Toppers.
Shot clock is down to 6. Creech sizing up Smith with the crossover, puts it up and in over the top of a defender. 3 Lady Eagles could not stop Creech on that
play. She caught the basketball 30 feet from the goal, realized there was 5 seconds on the clock, didn't panic, put the ball on the floor, drove to the basket. Beautiful job, bank shot layup as the buzzer was going. The shot clock was going down to 0.
Kennedy is cooled off. 2-on-1. Pass back to Givens. Easy layup as Mays ended up on the. They have forced the Lady Eagles into 22 turnovers. That has led to 23 points for the Lady Toppers.
And if you had told Coach Collins before the game you were going to create 22 turnovers, he would have felt very comfortable about his effort of his Lady Toppers, because they are really tough to beat. When you play a good, clean ball game, as you see another turnover there created. If you play a good, clean ball game and limit the turnovers, they're still tough to beat. But when you turn it over like the Lady Eagles have today, just really asking a lot.
Jumper on the way, just short. Smallwood had it, lost it, and another steal. El Jadawi gets another steal. That's 2 more turnovers for Southern Miss. That number's up to 24 as Jones pushes El Jadawi in the back. That's going to be number 4 on Kelsey Jones.
Not sure why that foul happened there. It looked like they were both trying to establish position, and I think Jones got a little frustrated here. But you see this right here. She just kind of shoves her. Well, a little bit of an acting job there too, but the hand was going out extended, and that's going to get called every time.
El Jadawi did a great job to sell that. That was nice. El Jadawi, left hand, gets the soft shooter's roll. Western Kentucky right now can do no wrong.
She could do a clinic for post moves, because I've seen more moves out of her on the post than I've seen from most post players this year. So very, very confident, very comfortable down the block, as you see the Golden Eagles responding back with 2 points of their own.
Smallwood got that lay in, so for Smallwood, she's got 4. Back to El Jadawi. She's a rebound away from her 5th consecutive double-double. Coach Collins, his Lady Toppers 32-0 when they carry a lead under the 5-minute mark. That's Creech, squares up a 3, buries it, and there's no reason to believe when the dust settles that they won't be 33-0 when leading under 5 minutes to go.
And you see what they did. They got the ball inside on the block and immediately went offside wing. And they've done that several times tonight, been very successful with the 3-point plays. Another miss there by the Lady Eagles. Another opportunity to deep 3. Oh my goodness, they are just filling it up now. That had to be from 25 feet. That was NBA range there, Josh.
26 for Givens. Timeout, Lady Eagles. Incredible performance that WKU is putting on right now as they continue to pull away. And so we look back at what Givens has done this year in terms of her numbers. We told you her season and career high 41 against Ball State. This is the second most points she has scored this season. She had 25 at the E.A. Diddle Arena against FAU, 24 at Marshall, 24 against Belmont. So 26 today. Lady Eagles have only one player in double figures. Leapart with 16, Givens with 26, Creech with 18, and El Jadawi with 11.
Lady Toppers in the zone defense, and trying to create a turnover. And again, whether they're in the man-to-man or the zone, they've created probably as many turnovers off the zone pressure defense than they have off of the man-to-man pressure defense. Unusual to see. You usually see more turnovers against man-to-man pressure than you do zone.
Creech driving, nearly got another and one opportunity, just didn't get the right English on that driving layup. And so you heard her clap hard after she wanted that finish.
Beautiful. And you can tell she's disappointed in herself for not making that basket, because, as we mentioned earlier, it's so important to finish. And you see the look on her face like, I should have had that one. That's on me, Coach. But she does get the 2 free throws.
That's also a look of a very happy young lady. The way she has performed today, the way her team has performed today, they're completely relaxed. And so, again, here's Western Kentucky trying to keep pace. Top 4 teams get a bye. You want to bye, so you only have to win 3 to win the tournament championship. But this Western Kentucky team, how good are they? Because 32 RPI, on their way to their 6th consecutive win. They don't play Rice or Old Dominion down the stretch. This is as hot and as good of a basketball team as their 3, no good. Landing comes up with it. But back to the point we were making, as a whistle there. And a foul is called against Western Kentucky, goes on Delilah Brown. But for Western Kentucky, that name carries a little weight.
It does.
With the Sweet 16s, the Elite 8s, the championship game appearance, the Final Fours. And for Western Kentucky, the expectations that go along with that from the fan base, from the coaching staff. That's why they came to that program. What does that mean?
Well, if you're an upstart program, you're new to the show, so to speak, it might be a little harder to prove yourself, but they've been there so many times before, so that does help them. Their reputation does help them, as you see the three-pointer there by the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, Mays hits a 3. Her second of the day. Allman hustling back. Comes away with the steal. Smallwood attacking. Reverse layup. Might have been partially blocked that time by Skinner. And now Western Kentucky pushing with Brown. Creech just going to slow everything back down.
Yeah, they'll try to run as much of this 30-second shot clock as they can. Take the first good shot they get, but they'll try to run some clock now off with this 20-point lead that they have. The clock is their opponent now.
Good job by Allman to tie up Haywood. Haywood got caught bringing the ball down right into the hands of the smaller guard. So Coach Collins letting some players come in. Haya Haywood is going to come in. Freshman out of Evansville, Indiana.
You mentioned Creech earlier, smiling at the free throw line. As you see, miss from point blank, but saw Creech you can really tell she's enjoying the game today. She's had a great game, enjoying it. And you can tell she enjoys playing the game of basketball. It's good to see a smile on her face.
Driving layup, good by Mays. So Mays has stepped up late here, now with 14, joining Leapart in double figures, who has 16 for Southern Miss. If Creech gets another point, he'll be 2 with 20 or more for the Lady Toppers. Driving, block inside. Skinner comes out of there with it, and Creech gets it back.
8 on the shot clock.
Fade away, just off the mark, and Mays grabs it for the Lady Eagles. When Mays is gassed right now. And Southern Miss trying to feed a landing at the short corner. Smith is coming in. Will Smith get Mays? She will. Coach McNellis saw immediately what we saw. Mays had a really good few trips up and down the floor, hit a 3, got a transition bucket.
A long time between dead ball whistles there for the Lady Eagles. And a smart play, she throws the ball off the back of the Hilltopper player, steps in bounds, grabs it. The key to that is, Josh, you got to make sure you get both of your feet in bounds when you do that. They got their back turned to you. You throw the ball off of them. You have to make sure your feet, watch it right here. She gets her feet back in bounds. And just a beautiful heads-up play there by Allman.
That might be the only mistake Creech has made all day long.
Well, it wasn't fair. They did it when she had her back turned. Beautiful
long pass there to Pui.
Touchdown.
Who gets the lay-in.
Touchdown, Lady Toppers.
So they drop the bomb there, 77-59. Going to the rim, finishing is Gibbs. Both teams ready to just play out, it appears, these last couple of minutes. Transition 3. Law no good. Landing taps it over to Destiny Smith for Southern Miss. Smith to the rim, got the bucket, and a chance for the three-point play.
Long rebound on the other end, just bringing the ball basket down the floor, just takes it up strong, gets the bump from behind and the finish. Seen a lot of good plays today by both teams, finishing at the rim, not just being happy with the foul, finishing in with an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play here by Smith.
Destiny Smith, 6 points, a couple of rebounds. Highly decorated high school player out of Macomb, Mississippi.
About an hour away. I'm sure she has family and friends who come to every game to see her play. It's nice to play near your home at a university so that your family and friends can come see you play.
So the lead is still 14 for the Lady Toppers, who are on their way to their 6th consecutive win. The lane opens wide up for Haya Haywood. 79-63, pass too tall there, thrown away by Southern Miss. So Western Kentucky over the last 4 seasons going to move to 72-9 when holding opponents under 70 points.
Amazing. A lot of interesting stats about this ball club, but they're
times. Teams will try to steal momentum back from the Lady Toppers. The Lady Toppers come up with a big steal, another bucket,
yep.
And it's a 4-0 run, a 6-0 run.
And a lot of times those three-pointers come after the ball has gotten into the block, and Elza Dawy would then turn, see the double team, and kick out to the opposite wing. A lot of those three-pointers have come after the ball has gotten inside and into the post.
Well, for Southern Miss head coach Joylan McNellis, Lady Eagles going to drop their 7th in a row, and it's her 16th season. That doesn't happen very much when you've been somewhere for 16 seasons and you've been coaching as a head coach for 28 years and you got almost 500 wins. They are going to find a way to turn this thing around. And this is a Southern Miss team that you certainly wouldn't want to play come tournament time if they end up getting Hales back from surgery.
Right, and they're a very dangerous ball club. They always play hard. Coach McNellis wouldn't have it any other way. She doesn't recruit. She only recruits players that give it up their all, their best. And you wouldn't expect anything else from the Lady Eagles, but given the effort you see here late in the ball game, still trying here in this deficit against the Lady Toppers.
Lady Eagles fell their last time out to Marshall, 80-65, down 81-65 here, and Creech is just going to be able to hold the ball and run out the last 11 seconds off the clock. Just a couple remain as the final horn sounds, and Western Kentucky, watch out for the Lady Toppers. They continue